And here at home, workers under a COVID mandate across the state have less than a week now to submit proof of a COVID vaccine or lose their jobs.
Yeah, that includes the Seattle Police Department, which is already short-staffed. And Q13 political reporter Brandy Cruz joins us now. And Brandy, you know, you have a mayor's race that's pretty high profile that's coming up, too.
Yes, you've got the current mayor, Jenny Durkin, who's ultimately going to make the decision, do I follow through on this mandate or not? But really, it is the next mayor who is going to bear the burden of whatever that decision is and whatever impact it has, not only on the Seattle Police Department, but on other entities as well. But the reason SPD has gotten so much attention is for the last year, we've been telling you headline after headline just how short-staffed that agency is. Let's take a look at the latest numbers for SPD as it pertains to vaccinations. Vast majority of officers have submitted their vax status. 214, however, with just 6 days, have yet to submit their proof of a vaccination, and an additional 99 have pending exemption requests in. So if those are not granted, you could have more than 300 officers who are not vaccinated. I got a chance to speak with Bruce Harrell, one of the candidates for Seattle's next mayor, about, if he was mayor right now, if he were to be making this decision, would he decide to fire those officers? Do you support firing officers who are not fully vaccinated by the deadline?
Well, I'll phrase it differently, but my short answer is I support the mandate. I support, and that's unambiguous. And how we terminate any officer should be a bargain for condition of employment, and so I would use the proper HR channels to see how that issue is resolved. But I do not believe they should have continued employment if they do not take the vaccine.
How do you balance the public safety need to have those officers vaccinated with the public safety need to have those officers on the street keeping people safe?
So that's probably one of the biggest distinctions between my opponent and I, that we shouldn't be in this situation to begin with. That when she had come out with the narrative to defund the police by 50%, knowing that 90% of the budget are personnel cost related, that the officers will either quit, become demoralized, and we would have attrition set in at the numbers we're seeing now. So we should not be in this situation to begin with. But the fact of the matter is that our first responders should be vaccinated. I mean, that's just unambiguous.
And it's an interesting position for Harrell to take because he has positioned himself as the pro-police, pro-public safety candidate. He said when he's in office, they're going to recruit and retain more officers, but that is a task that would be made more difficult if you fire 50 to 100 right before you take office. As for Lorena Gonzalez, his opponent, the current Seattle City Council president, she sent us a statement. Not a surprise where she stands on this issue. Her and Bruce are hand in hand on this. She said, under my administration, we will hold officers accountable when they refuse to comply with public health orders and stand up to the Seattle Police Officers Guild when they engage in tactics that undermine our collective safety.
You know, Brandy, we realize not all of our viewers live in Seattle or work in Seattle, but we do know that what happens within the state's largest city trickles down throughout the region. So how could that be at play here?
Well, I'll answer that in two different questions. First, we know that criminals don't abide by city limits, particularly on the south end, where you have shootings that will take place back and forth. And so if you don't have Seattle police officers to investigate our most serious crimes, if you have detectives taken out of specialty units assigned to 911 calls, people might come here, commit a shooting, and then go back to your community, and they haven't been caught, and they're never held accountable. And the next shooting could be in your community that goes unsolved. The other thing, though, I would say is a potential positive. We know that a lot of surrounding agencies in smaller jurisdictions are also seeing a shortage of police officers, people just getting out of the profession. And so these SPD officers that are fired might be able to find jobs in other agencies without a vaccine mandate. The Marysville police chief, he's already told me if you get fired from State Patrol, SPD, you're someone who I would consider for employment here.
A lot of incentives out there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we know the deadline is less than a week away, so we'll see how it all falls out. Right? All right. Thank you, Brandy.